Hi guys, Neo here, and this is going to be a video hopefully explaining everything about what I'm wanting to do with this kind of new envisioned series, or at least bringing the Dream series to a state where it can carry on and hopefully survive. I'm going to be hopefully answering all questions that may be asked, kind of trying to predict questions of where this series is going to go, and that's what this video is going to be. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the name of this project is going to be Zeno's Games. Now, I know before when I've tried such things as this or similar things, I've usually gone with tournament or something of that description. But there may be things in this which mix things around. So because of that, I've decided to go with Zeno's Games. Encompasses all eras if you go off the lore, and it encompasses all universes. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the name, and yeah, I'm hoping it will bring a certain in-canon sort of vibe to it. The format of this will hopefully be once a year, near the start of the year, but I don't want to say the very start, because obviously this year probably isn't going to start at the very beginning, but the format will be hopefully near the start of any given year. There will be a new series or new season of this with randomly selected teams, usually in a format of teams with specific names or themes around them. So for such, the androids, they obviously would all have to be androids. I'm going to go over the teams more in a separate video, just because I really want to dive into them. But yeah, the teams will be set in a kind of vibe or theme, such as, again, the androids, and every member of them would have to be androids, or at least something very closely associated to the androids, and it will still be CPU versus CPU. Can you get involved and help with the project? Yes, you can get involved with Zeno's Games. It won't directly be taking control of a team like we had in the Dream series, or a coach of that nature, but it could be that maybe you have a team that you really want to support and you really want to try and, get some more influence on. That I would be happy to do, kind of a nudge in the right direction. And as these series progress, I'm hoping to bring more and more, but I'll talk about that as we go. Also, I'd be happy for team suggestions within the theme format, and again, I'll kind of show the teams in another video when I'm ready. Hopefully that will explain that part. But yes, please let me know if you want to get involved. Now, obviously, I've already had people get involved and then they've had to split, which sadly, it's meant I've had to recreate this, or not sadly, but I've had to recreate this, which has yet again changed things up. So I would have to know that you were dedicated to the project, because I don't want to keep restarting, and it's one of the reasons as well while yes, you guys can help, I'm overall going to have to call the shots just so that I can tell this project isn't going to die. Wins and losses. So as I kind of said in a previous video, basically what I want to do is after some time, and I've not worked out, so after certain seasons there will be almost a gap season where hopefully what will happen is all the winners will kind of get together and will decide who is the actual champion out of all the winners we've collected. And the same with the losers. So each season, I think it's going to be the bottom two probably, but I'm not too sure on that, having completely worked all that out. But probably the bottom two of each season, and what will happen is all those losers will get together. Of the respective brackets, and I will pit them against each other, and I think what's going to happen is either all of them or maybe only again, I'm not too sure how it's going to work exactly, but people out of that losers bracket will then be eliminated. That team will no longer exist. It will be destroyed. Picks. How will picks work for the team? Well, as I've kind of already stated and alluded towards, each team will have a theme. So what will happen is, let's say there's a team of androids. Whoever is on that team that would have to be androids or very closely associated with androids, depending how heavy or light I want to go with the theme of any given team. What would happen is any character that is picked for that team is then locked in for that team. So, for example, Android 18 would be picked, but let's say that it was a team that was having first form Freezer. Another team could pick second form Freezer. Another team could pick third form Freezer. So it is still going off the individual character and form rather than just the character in the anime. For example, Z Freezer is split up into multiple first form, second form, third form, fourth form, 100%, and those are all characters, 5 individual characters that can be picked for 5 separate teams, but two different teams, sorry, cannot have first form, Freezer, etc., etc. Yes, I am planning on making this 3 versus 3 for each map. For each match, sorry. I don't know how much individually a season is going to run or series is going to run of this. That will depend. But also that means I'm going to have to really make sure that I've got this series well in the bag and prepared for. Hopefully this is going to answer all of your questions. If not, please leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, hopefully this series is going to be a good one. Please get involved in it. And remember, I'll be doing a separate video explaining the teams that will be in this first season and kind of reimagined, but first series of Zeno's games.